To make the silhouette bookmark, you need to first create the silhouette. So you need to open up Photoshop, because that's where you will change the image of you into a silhouette. So we go File, we go Open, you go and find your silhouette that was taken in class. I'm going to use this one. So this is the silhouette that I'm going to create, or this is the image that I'm going to use to create my silhouette. The first thing that I need to do is I need to select which bit I'm going to use. So I now need to use the marquee tool, and that will allow me to choose which bit of my image I'm going to create my silhouette with. Now, if I don't like how I've chosen it, remember Control Z undoes, and I can reselect, because I actually lost the top of my girl's head. But I don't want all of her shoulders, so I'm just going to go down to there. So that's the area that I've chosen. Now to get rid of the rest of it, I do Image and I crop, and that cuts the picture down. Next, I need to actually erase the background. So I need to find the background eraser tool. Now remember, there are other ones hidden under. That's what the little arrow tells us. So I need to come here and choose the background eraser tool. As you can see, it is a particular size. I actually want to make it bigger. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say I want my brush to be, my eraser to be quite a bit bigger. Let's see, yep, that looks good. Now the other thing that I need to do is I need to basically choose how much I can erase. Now the tolerance allows us to pick the difference between the background that we want to erase and the foreground. Now because I've got a white background and she's got black hair, I can actually probably take that up fairly high, which means that it's going to erase really well for me. If you don't have the checkered background to yours, then the way to get that is to go Edit, Preferences, Transparency and Gamut, and you choose here. That gets rid of the grid. I've actually got this one. I can choose what colour I want it to be. I might go with a medium grid. Okay. So you can see that gives me my background. Now, because of my tolerance that I've chosen, I actually don't lose the hair colour, which is really good, because there's quite a bit of difference between the background and her hair colour. I could actually even make my brush bigger if I wanted to. Make the whole process faster. You have to be able to put the crosshair in the area that you want to erase. So that's when you have to bring your brush size down again. Now, it's worthwhile being pretty, oops, I need to undo that, Control Z. It's worthwhile being pretty thorough, because the better your silhouette, the better your final product is going to be. I've lost some of her skin there, so So I need to Control Z again and undo. Now as I get in closer and I'm worried about losing some of my image, I can actually take my tolerance down. This way it's looking for the differences between the background and the foreground. So you can see I'm not losing her skin colour because my tolerance is much lower. It's getting tricky in around the hair. This might be quite hard for me to do, and I might need to do some tidying up with the simple eraser tool. Let's see how we go over here. It's looking pretty good. Oops, lost her hair. Control Z gets me her hair back. Just finish up with this. Okay. If I want to tidy up, I can now go from background eraser tool to the normal foreground eraser tool, and that will allow me to tidy up, clean up any of my areas. And that's where I might be able to clean up here. Now this is actually erasing the foreground, so that's why I'm using a small size, because I don't want to take big divots out of her head. Now, how steady your hand is will determine how good the final product is. Now I'm actually going to clean up some of her hair, make it a little bit sleeker, because that will give me a better silhouette. I'll clean up this area in here. Whoops. Okay. So as you can see, my hand is not particularly steady. If I want to see how I'm going, I can always go back into Preferences, Transparency and Gamut. If I turn it off, and I go, then I can see how I'm going, and I can see which areas I'm going to need to clean up, because this is what my general look is. Okay, but it's not too bad. Okay, now let's see how we went with making our silhouette. So we need to go to the layer box over here. So we do Control and click on the layer, and we get the ants around her silhouette. Then we go to Edit Fill. We click on that. We are wanting to make it black. We click OK. There's our silhouette. We click away from it, we've lost our ants. You can see I haven't done a very good job cleaning up here, but for demonstration purposes you can see how that's done. So it's been cleaned up a little bit, and we're going to now save that. So we need to do File, Save As, and we are now going to save it as a JPEG. And we're going to save it in our work in progress folder. Now my folder setup is slightly different to yours because I'm using Windows 7, and I'm not saving it onto my H drive, but I do in fact have a work in progress folder along with everything else, so I'm going to save that in there. It comes up with options. This has been set to a low image because of me uploading things to the wiki space, but I can actually take that up and save that as a medium type file.